Hello friends and welcome to Picture Astrology. In this quick snap video we will learn about placement of Saturn in the sign of Sagittarius when the Aries Ascendant rises in a chart. So when Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, is present in the first house, then Sagittarius is found in the ninth house. So this video is also about placement of Saturn in the ninth house for Aries Ascendant. So when the rising sign is Aries, Saturn becomes lord of 10th house and 11th house, because 10th house contains sign of Capricorn and 11th contains sign of Aquarius, and both of them are ruled by Saturn. So this one placement of Saturn here is going to impact 9th house because Saturn is placed here, 10th house and 11th house because Saturn rules over these houses. And Saturn in Vedic astrology has some special aspects as well. So Saturn is going to aspect third house from its place, which will again be 11th house. And Saturn aspecting its own house is actually a wonderful thing given it is 11th house of gains. Then Saturn will have a 7th house aspect on the third house, and from the 10th house aspect, Saturn will look at the 6th house. So you see, directly, just one placement of Saturn directly affects so many houses. And in minute analysis, a lot can be learned about a horoscope just by looking at this placement of Saturn. And in this quick video, we will look at some of the top effects which this Saturn generates, and they will all be practical and real life experienceable, meaning you should be able to check them in your or others horoscope, whoever has Saturn in the 9th house in Sagittarius. So let's begin with the 9th house affairs, because Saturn is placed here. And generally any planet in horoscope when placed in the 9th house helps in your luck, because 9th house is the house of Bhagya, which basically means some or the other kind of luck. Now 9th house is also known as Dharma house or house of your duties, and presence of Saturn here actually makes a person very honest and responsible. People with this placement are responsible towards themselves, towards society, towards family, and they carry out all of their duties generally very honestly. Now Saturn is also the lord of your 10th house as well as the 11th house, which means it rules over your work life and the money or gains you have from that. And the lord of both of these placed in the 9th shows that you earn with honest means. This is actually a very great position, and one of the reasons why I said it's lucky, because the person earns enough money, gains a lot of respect in the society, and at the same time maintains and follows the path of dharma. And though Saturn is associated with slow gains, slow and steady gains, and that is true for this case also, but because Saturn has an aspect on the 11th house, which further fortifies the 11th house related significations, that shows that the earning or gains will be very handsome, and all of it will happen while you do not deviate from the right path. And in fact, this is one of the things which you must be cautious about. Saturn is known as a great judge, and when this kind of Saturn is placed in 9th house, always try to follow the right path in your work life, and you will see handsome results, no matter if you have to struggle in the beginning, because the work house lord is placed in the ninth house. So this is called, in technical terms, it is known as 12th from its own house. So though ninth house is a very lucky house, the lord of ninth being 12th from itself can cause some initial delays. However, you don't need to worry. Just keep on doing what you think is the right path, and this Saturn will reward you like anything. Now we'll see what kind of job or areas or businesses could be helpful for these people or could be more lucky. But before that, one important personality trait which this Saturn imparts, and that is that people with this placement have a very independent spirit. See, any planet, if the ninth house is strong, especially here when the lord of 10th is in the ninth house and ascendant is Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is a fiery planet which anyways is a free bird, it's a free spirit. And when Saturn or lord of your work area is placed in the ninth house, it further reinforces that independence. People with this placement like to work on their own. They like to be their own boss. And because Saturn is the ruler of 10th, even though they might need to begin their life with some kind of job, meaning working for others, they will always yearn to start something on their own, and they will be very successful in doing that because Saturn is supporting it. So people with this placement, they like to do something independently and they generally don't like to work for others. But as I said, even if you have to begin your life with a job, that's not a bad thing. Again, this is because Saturn is placed 12th from the 10th house. So to begin your work life, there may be some resistance, or you might have to start with your family business or with the help of your father, etc. if Jupiter is strong. But sooner or later you will be able to work your way and start something on your own, and that will be helpful, meaning you will be able to succeed and gain handsomely from that. And this placement of Saturn is wonderful for getting support of your subordinates or people working under you, or support of your masses, because Saturn is the primary karaka of masses. Like Sun represents elite class, Saturn is for general public. And at the same time, Saturn aspects the 11th house, which is the house it owns. And 11th house shows your social circle or your support, the kind of support you can get from the world. And the Saturn has a simultaneous aspect on the 6th house as well. 6th house is the house of your subordinates, people who work for you. And because of all these factors, people with this placement generally gets recognized as a good leader, because Aries Ascendant ruled by Mars is a natural ascendant for a leadership role. And with Saturn in such a supportive position with the simultaneous aspects on 11th and 6th, shows that most of the time people will not have difficulty in accepting this person as a leader for themselves. And therefore, if you look at the kind of businesses these guys could easily succeed, would be the ones where you might need to use a lot of labor force or get work done from a large number of people, either as some contract where you supply labor forces, or even in today's world I've seen people who open employment agencies, who sort of work to get people employed in different areas. They have such kind of placement. So anything which could be related to working with large number of people, masses, subordinates, those things are naturally good for this placement. And suppose Mars is well placed, and especially Mars is in some kind of square position from Saturn, then even good industrialists have this kind of placement of Saturn, because they invariably need support of masses and large number of customer base. So overall, this is a very good place for Saturn to be for a Aries Ascendant horoscope. It provides a lot of stability and balance in the chart. But as I said in the beginning, there are umpteen other things which we can keep on talking about. And I will make some detailed videos about every single aspect which this Saturn can indicate in the horoscope. But for now, I will rest this video, and I really thank you for being with me so far. I hope you liked and subscribed to my channel so that you continue to receive more updates like this. Thank you so much again for watching, and hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.